All right, so grade 7, here we are, lesson 113, working on the volume of pyramids, cones, and spheres. So, if you look at pyramids, they'll often, if you've figured out the area for box, or you'd know that it's the area of the base times the height. But a pyramid, if you look at it, it fills up roughly 1/3 of the box. Okay, it fills up 1/3 of the box. So it makes sense, and these are formulas that you're just going to have to get comfortable, that it's 1/3 times the area of the base and the height, or the times the base and the height. And that same basic concept will work when you work with a cone. So if you look over here, a cone will do the same thing. So you see that formula is exactly the same. Now that's slightly different when you're actually looking at a cylinder that has a sphere in it. So if we were to grab like this picture over here and take a look at it, we already know that this ball, if you make the top of the ball hit the top of the can, and the bottom of the ball hit the sides, so if it's in that square can like that, it's going to fill 2/3 of the can. So that leaves 1/3 air. So it's a little different than this one that has 2/3 here and 1/3 there. And same thing, 2/3 there and 1/3 there. So slightly different. So you got 1/3 air. 1/3, it would be air. I could go through a long explanation of the formula, but this is the formula that you're going to have to memorize for the volume of a sphere, which is 4/3 pi 3. And your book does talk to you more about how the logic of figuring that out. So we're going to go through some of these questions, but remember those volumes. Okay, so what fraction of the cylinder... Oh, why did I type wrong? Containing, okay, containing the cone is occupied by the cone. So what, it's 1/3, we've talked about that. What fraction of the cylinder containing the cone is occupied by packing material? That's 2/3. What fraction of the cylinder containing the sphere is occupied by the sphere? And we talked about that as well, it's 2/3. What fraction of the cylinder containing the sphere is occupied by the sphere? What fraction of the cylinder containing... Oh, that's the same question. I must have typed it. What fraction of the cylinder containing the sphere is occupied by the packing material? So the packing material. That's 1/3. If the cone and sphere were removed from their boxes and the packing material from both boxes were put into one box, how much packing material? So here's the one with packing material. Here's the question with packing material. So we have 2/3 plus 1/3 equals 3/3, so the whole box. A pyramid with a height of 12 inches and a base of 12 inches squared is packed in the smallest cubical box. What is the smallest cubical box that can contain it? What is the volume of the box? What is the volume of the pyramid? So if we look at our box, we have a box that is 12 by 12 by 12. So figuring out the volume of the box is easy. We go to our calculator, 12 times 12 times 12, and we get 1728. So the volume of the box equals 1728 centimeters squared. The volume of the pyramid we have to follow that 1/3 because it's 1/3 of the box. So it's 1/3 times, essentially your answer, but 1/3 times 12 times 12 times 12, which is 1728 divided by 3. And that would get you 576 centimeters squared. Oh, sorry, not squared. I did squared on two of them. Boy, that's volume. It's always cubed. So let's make sure that we have that right. All right, so the next one, it says find the volume of each figure. So the volume of a cone, we already know. So cone equals 1/3 pi r squared height. And so leave pi as pi. So let's do this. 1/3 pi 3 squared 6. So another way to write this, just so that it's easier, is it's pi 3 squared times 6 over 9. So you can see that these two, oh sorry, over 3, sorry, I was thinking that, but this will wind up just being a 3 now, because it would be 3 times 3. The 3 cancels itself out, so we get 3 times 6, which means that our answer will be 18 pi. Inches cubed. The next one, the volume of a sphere. Remember we had 4/3. Volume of sphere is 4/3 pi r cubed. And that goes back up to this one that I told you, just memorize your way through it. Easiest way is to put it this way. So our volume is 4 times pi times 3 cubed over 3. So since 3 cubed is the same as 3 times 3 times 3, we cross those out, we wind up getting 9 times 4, so the volume equals 36 pi inches cubed. And that brings you to the end of this set. Make sure that you do all of the odd numbers today. And if you have any questions, I'm available.